Hello my people, welcome to my YouTube channel where we teach you everything to make your baking business thrive. Please kindly subscribe, like and comment, and also turn on the notification bell to get a lot of new videos. Don't forget to watch to the end so you will get the benefit of the full video. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscription is free, you're not paying anything, just click the subscribe button. To make my meat pie dough, I will be adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder to my 500 grams of sifted flour. Then I will add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Then 1 tablespoon of sugar. I will add all my dry ingredients together. Then I will add in my margarine, 250 grams of margarine. Then I mix this together until I get a crumbly-like texture. You want to make sure that you incorporate the margarine with the flour very well until you are sure that everything is well mixed. So make sure you combine very well until you get a crumbly-like texture. You make sure you mix your margarine well with your flour. Then break in 1 egg. You can also use 2 eggs for this recipe, but you'll be using only 1 egg for this. So mix in your egg together with the mixture. Make sure you mix it very well. Then the last thing we are going to be adding is water, half cup of water. So this depends on the kind of flour you are using. This depends on the kind of flour. So for this flour, I didn't use all the water. I didn't use all my half cup of water. Just add this little by little until you get your desired texture. You don't want this to be too runny and you don't want it to be too hard as well. So once this comes together, once the dough comes together, that's just what you want. The amount of water you use depends on the flour, how much water the flour can take in. So for this flour, I didn't use all the half cup of water. So just add this little by little until your dough comes together. Do not knead your dough. Do not knead your dough. The mistakes most of us have is when you knead the dough, it allows the gluten to form together. And once the gluten forms together, you are going to have a chewy dough. So we want our meat pie to be flaky. Just use the tip of your hand to make sure it comes together like that. Just do exactly as you have seen in the video. Use the tip of your hand to make the dough come together. Do not knead. We are not kneading donuts. When you want to knead donuts, you knead. But for meat pie, just use the tip of your hand to make sure the dough comes together. So allow the dough to rest. After everything comes together, allow the dough to rest for 20 to 30 minutes. After resting for 20 to 30 minutes, it is time to cut our dough into various portions. So I'll be using my meat cutter this so that I get the same shapes all throughout. First, you want to roll out your dough. You want to roll it out. Don't let this be too thin and it mustn't be too thick as well. You want that flaky. When you bite into it, you want it to be flaky, just like half an inch thickness. You don't want this to be too thick, because when it's too thick, you're going to have a chewy dough. Okay, so not too thin and not too thick. Then use your meat cutter to cut it out. Okay, so I have my greased baking pan here. I already greased it with my margarine. So I'll be placing the cut out meat pie inside the baking pan. Alright, I already added the filling and everything needed. Okay, so roll out your dough and then you place it on your meat pie cutter. Add in your filling, then you close the meat pie cutter. So you can see in the video, this is not too thin and this is not too thick. You don't want it to be too thick and you don't want it to be too thin. When it's too thin, your filling is going to break out. The filling is going to break out and we don't want that. You don't want that. Okay, so you want a perfect meat. Alright, so do this for all of the dough. Roll it out place it on your meat pie cutter, add in your filling, and then close it up. Do this until you uh you use up all the dough. Okay, so for this recipe I did not use cold water or cold butter. If you have it, you can use it, but for this recipe I did not use it because honestly, you can have flaky meat pie without cold water or margarine. Just have the best recipe, and then you have to know the tips. Do not over knead your dough. Do not make it too thick. Okay, so after we finish cutting out my dough, I'm going to egg wash this. This egg wash is going to give it that crispiness on the top, and it's going to also make the color to come out. So it is not compulsory, but just to give our dough more beautiful appearance. Okay, we want to give our meat pie more beautiful appearance. So egg wash it, egg wash all the top of your meat pie, and then we are going to be baking this inside the oven for around 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so this is my meat pie after it comes out of the oven. Look at it. Look, even the looks alone, you can see how flaky this is. See the stretch mark. Just see the stretch mark. And I didn't use any cold water or cold margarine. You don't have to use it. If you have it, yes, it makes it becomes more flaky. But you can also have flaky meat pie once you follow the tips and steps. Do not overwork your dough. Do not make it to be too thick. Please don't forget to subscribe. Kindly hit that subscribe button.